So you are the new boss of the Memleaks? We didn't do too well lately, but I'm sure things will go much better better under your leadership. Not that hard of a word to say. Anyway, I am your local interactive synthetic assistant, but you can call me Lisa for short. I am very pleased to meet you. There is already a small matter we should deal with. Please select the informant from the available mission list in the top left corner. All right, exclamation everybody, and welcome to Aetherspace. This is a kind of interesting one that I saw pop up in a chat room that has just been released today, which is July the 3rd. It's free. There is some DLC for the game that adds more ships and unlocks 50 upgrades for you. But that's it. It doesn't add like more quests or anything, which is kind of odd. But it does sort of harken back to the old days of shareware where you would give out like the first episode of your game for free, give it a little teaser for everybody, and then if you liked what you saw, you would go put down some money and get the rest of it. This one, I guess, would be a little bit better had there been like even more things to sweeten the pot, I guess. I mean, $5 for the DLC is kind of a bit expensive for new starships and whatnot, but I can kind of see what they're going for there. And the base game is free, so if you end up just bouncing off of this, then you aren't out any money. It does have this mobile interface to it because it is something that is released on the mobile devices, iOS and Android, and it's a turn-based combat space game. We'll get into it here. I can't really put any more adjectives on it that come to mind as far as what's going on here. I mean, there's kind of some RPG mechanics in it, but kind of sort of. There's like, trees, upgrade trees and whatnot. I've gone through the tutorial already, so I kind of understand the interface a bit. The UI does need a little bit of work, but let's get into this a little bit. So this is mission control. This is where we get our available missions, and later on we can send somebody, once we have some more pilots, we can send somebody to go find the black market. That will take a day's worth of time. There's the timer down here is telling you what the current day is, and you can increase time and all that stuff. Sometimes you have to wait for things to happen. A lot of times it's either you're waiting for the black market, or you're waiting if one of your pilots get injured on one of the missions, then you might want to wait for them to heal up and that kind of thing, or if you're waiting for repairs to your ships and so on and so forth. But let's continue forward here. The game is all text-based, textual as far as the dialogue is concerned. There's no voiceovers or anything like that. And the dialogue they're trying to be a little bit funny, although some of the English is a little bit rusty there. A contact claims to be in possession of some intel on a guild convoy. You should send M. Lopez to meet him and listen to what he has to say. Now, all the characters in the game are randomly generated, so M. Lopez was not the name of my character last time through. So everything's just every time you come into the game for the first time, it will regenerate stuff. So I think the maps are somewhat randomly generated too, although this first map there's always going to be a cloud that you have to go through, but the asteroids are all randomly generated. I know that because I lost at one point because the one guy just smashed into an asteroid straight on. So here's the AH-1 Arrowhead. This is our main ship here. I can change the hull colors if I wish, and the markings on it, and so on and so forth, and what the color of the markings are. That actually looks kind of cool. All of our stats. We have our loadouts, and we want to put a laser on this guy. Very important to actually put weapons on him because you can send out ships without any weapons. So you have to be careful that you don't accidentally send somebody out without a weapon, and also that you don't send a ship out without a pilot. So we gotta assign our pilot here. like so. And now we can launch our mission. All right, the informant. Meet with the informant. The informant is hidden somewhere in the dust cloud. Locate him. Special rules. Your starfighters can retreat from the battle by exiting from the sides of the battlefields. Doing so grants the opponent an amount of VPs equal to the starfighter's points cost. If all your starfighters leave the battle, you lose. Now, the VPs and stuff, I think it doesn't come into play in the single-player game. There is, I believe, supposed to be a multiplayer aspect to this, but I don't know where it's at. It might not be for the PC version. It might only be for the mobile devices. I don't know. There's hints. There's hints that there's a multiplayer aspect to this, but I don't know if that's actually been implemented in the game. All right, so here is the map, and you can see you can zoom out and everything. And there's the dust cloud that we need to go find this guy in. All these asteroids are random. The positions of which are randomly generated, and this green area is our deployment zone. So I can drag my guy around to wherever I want him to be in the deployment zone. So we're gonna get him as close as we can here. Every mission has a turn limit. This one I believe has 50 turns if I remember from the thing correctly. So you do have to hurry your ass up as you're going through. All right, and like I said, it's all turn-based. So what I'm going to do is there's this little dot here. This is where the UI sort of is a little bit deceptive and a little bit difficult to deal with, because when you have lots of ships on the screen, these little dots are hard to find. They're there, but they're very hard to find. So you got to really, and it's hard to match them up with what ship is they're coming from. Like when I drag it around, you can see the dots, but sometimes if there's a lot of ships going on or a lot of stuff in your way, you're not going to be able to see it quite so easily. So you just got to be able to zoom in and just kind of try to figure out where everything's at. Let's see. So we want to go to this cloud. So basically it's just a lot of just moving forward right now while we try to find this guy. Now you see I can, wherever that green area is where you can move. Come on, hurry up, boss. Meet me in the dust cloud before our guild patrol decides to show up and ruin our day. Yeah, okay, I'm getting to you, dude. Just relax. Some of the UI we can explain right now. So as I get in, when you zoom into, or when you put your ship on the center of the screen here, you get a bunch of menus that you can deal with, like a little radio menu, as well as all the stats. So here's all the stats that we saw on the previous page about my hull and all that stuff. The green bar is my shield strength currently, which is at 3, so I can take 3 hits. And the yellow bar is my hull, so I can take 2. The bar underneath is the movement something or other. They explained it a little bit in the tutorial, but I haven't yet run into a situation where I actually needed to care about this, as far as I can tell. So it's just it's some kind of like, it's like an exhaustion bar, sort of, I guess. Or like for subsystems maybe, I'm not entirely sure. We can, under the menus here, you can like fire at will, you can tell them to target specific people, weapons, you can manage your weapons, like fire at will, or only fire if you have a 25% chance of hitting things. Now, we'll get into the combat in a little bit, but basically it's all dice roll based, and for the most part, and then 50% or 75%, or just tell them to hold fire or whatnot. And under systems, if I had some systems installed, I could manage them in here, turn some things on or off as we go. But let's I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's get our way through here, shall we? This guy's got to be in here somewhere. So at turn 6. Now turn 7. All right, where's the frick is this guy at? There. Well met, guys. Now let's get out of here and then we will... Uh-oh. Uh-oh, what? Looks like we have some company. A guild patrol has entered the system. You'll have to fight your way through. Just try to keep Z. Lewis alive, at least until he passes us the intel he claims to have. Thanks? Alright, so now you get to see a little bit of combat. And we'll have 2 ships here. You're allowed to see now. Now you see, here's where it's... trying to manage your blue dots becomes interesting, because I'm just on top of this M. Lopez guy. Now this one looks like it's attached to my ship. You can also select the ships up the top here, but it doesn't highlight which one of these is actually attached to that ship. So I think if there's anything that could be done with the UI, like you need to actually highlight things a little bit better, because like clicking on these things, even though it gives me the ship menu and I can tell which one is selected from that, I can't tell which one of these movement dials goes for whom, and it's just a little bit weird. I like the minimalist UI, but you need to make things a little bit more obvious, because it does get very hard to manage as you're going. So we're going to have these guys spin right around here for the next turn, and the little eyeball there with the line through it means that we are hidden at the moment, because we're inside this dust cloud. This guy is kind of farting around over there. You don't have to worry about other ships. You don't have to worry about crashing into other ships, but you do have to worry about asteroids. You can crash into them. So you do have to manage the way you go. All right, so we're going to have my guy turn around this way. I'm going to try to draw this guy to one of my guys and have the other one come in from behind. All right, now you see we have line of sight, and actually both of us have, it looks like, the ability to fire here. Or is that just me firing? No, it's just me firing, I think. You can see we have, this is our weapons line, right? And it says laser, and we have a 32% chance of actually hitting this guy. And this is where dice rolls come into play, because the way that the angle at which I attack somebody determines my percentage, as well as how fast I'm going in relation to the enemy. So there's different things, different mathematics going on in the background. And of course, if you come in from behind, you'll get even better chances. So it's all about finding the right position, or drawing the attention of the AI so that they will go after one guy while the other guy comes around and hits them from the rear. They do say during the tutorial that if the AI shields go down, they will turn away from whoever is firing on them. So that helps you kind of plan how you're doing things. So I'm just going to keep going this way with a slight angle. I'm going to have this guy come down here a bit. There we go. We exchange some fire. He's only got a 16% chance, but my guy's got a 17% chance, but so does this guy. This guy also has a 17% chance of hitting me, because you see the red line is from him and the green line is for me. So I'm going to come over this way a little bit, slow down a bit. I'm going to have this guy swing around the back if I can. Okay. So we're still sitting good. Doesn't look like we've landed any shots though. Here's the log up here. Turn 12, fires laser. No, it doesn't look like we landed anything yet. So we're still looking for that elusive hit. Now, I need to spin around. Right now, I don't have any evasive maneuvers or anything that I can use. Later on, as you get experience points and whatnot, you can have evasive maneuvers to upgrade your ships with, upgrade your pilots with, really, basically, and use those. So I could do, like, I think one of the ones I saw was like you can do an Immelman, so it'll just do like a U-turn basically. So there we go. There was a minus 1.0, actually two minus 1.0s. So we both scored a good hit. So that's excellent. And he's got a 37% chance now. This guy has lost his lock though, because of how they're juking around here. You can see the power bar. That's basically when they're going to shoot their laser again, it looks like. And for you, where is now? See, this is where the UI comes into play. His movement dot. You might look at this and go, I don't have a movement dot. I don't know what to do. It's actually right here, right? So it's like that's where things have to be a little bit more obvious. There too many things are too many aspects of the UI blend in with one another. So you have to be. I think if anything, I would say that's something they need to really adjust. As far as the game is concerned. Alrighty then. So it's just a matter of staying on this guy's tail now. Let's see, and also not running into any asteroids. Go, we got another 1.0 shot on him. His shield's down to 1, it looks like. So I need to keep him in range, and let's see if I can get this guy to spin around here. There we go. Alright, his shields are down, and he took 1 hull damage. You can see his little icon here saying that his shields are down. So that's good. Let's make sure we keep him in range, but don't overshoot if we can. So let's slow down a bit while still keeping an angle. Very good, very good. Alright. And let's see, we're gonna fly right past this guy now because I didn't slow down enough. But that's alright. Let's just see where he goes. Ooh, I lined him up for a 72% and a 73% chance. How about them apples? Okay, so better positioning than I initially thought. Still didn't get any shots though. That's a bit distressing. But let's see if I can get a guy in behind him. Alright, this guy is, we're gonna have to spin around a little bit. Sort of show our back here. Oh, and he's destroyed. Excellent. Says, it looks like I pissed off the guild. I think I'll hang out at your base for a while if you don't mind. Alright, so Lewis joins our party. And here's the XP that these guys received. Plus we got 10 reputation, which I don't know what the reputation is used for just yet. And we got a shield generator and a gun. So that is awesome. We didn't get any money though for it. Alright. So if I go into the barracks here, you'll see that this Lewis guy that we just brought on has some upgrade points. And it looks to me like you always get 3 upgrade points whenever your XP goes up to the next level, from what I can tell. So what we can do, you can see his skill points, I'm sorry, that's what they're called. And we've got 50 to go to the next level for him, but we can go into here, and this is the upgrade tree, and you can see there's a couple different areas where you can start out. You can start out with logistics skills, you can start out with combat skills, and I think that's all for most of them here. And there's 3 levels in each one, so having just 1 point in one starts to unlock the other things, but then obviously putting more points in there helps to get even more proficient in there. So I think what I'd like to do is, now if there's one problem with this, and that would be, I don't know, some of these are pretty self-explanatory. I mean, most of these are pretty self-explanatory, but a lot of them sometimes you don't really know what it means to do things here. Like Quick Learner, it just says you have oh, okay, I guess it is explaining to me. So you have a 3% times skill level XP bonus. That would be kind of good, actually. So let's do that. And fast healing means that you heal 10% and skill level faster. Okay. 10% times skill level faster. Okay. So that's if you're injured, you would heal faster. Medic means whenever there are injured characters, you can be assigned to the infirmary. If so, injured characters heal 10% times whatever level you have in there faster. Okay. So up to 30% faster then. Huh. And then scavenger. You can scavenge a territory 10% times skill level faster. Let's do that. Let's get 1 scavenger on here. You can see we got that unlocks renown, crook, shady dealings. And then I want to give him a point in wingman. Choose a random allied starfighter within sensor range. That starfighter gets +5 times skill level to hit. Excellent. There we go. And then that unlocks the draw their fire and stuff like that. So he'll be my good wingman here. And we will save that. And then my guy is, you can see the skill tree is all the same for both. I don't have any skills yet for him. He doesn't have any, he doesn't level up until 25 XP. So he's a little bit behind this Lewis guy right now. If I go into my inventory, you can see the things that we picked up from the last mission. We got a laser, and here's the accuracy stats and everything else, and the DPS. We've got a autocannon. Again, all the DPS 1.1. And we've got some deflectors, which gives +2 shield and a 90-degree arc that can be freely rotated every turn. So that's you'll see that in a little bit, what that actually means. I honestly, when I was playing earlier, I forgot that I didn't know what that little arc was on there, and I forgot to rotate it, so I wasn't actually doing any good with it. But I'll show you what that means, and that takes 0.2 energy as we're going. Now, the black market is what I was talking about over here. What do you have to do to unlock the black market? And you unlock it for a couple days, I think. You have to send somebody out to go find a black market guy. So it takes them a day. You unassign a pilot from one of their ships to go to the black market. It takes them a day usually to find it. And then from that point on, it's unlocked for maybe 1 or 2 days after that. And then it moves somewhere else and you have to send somebody out to go find it again, which is an interesting way of sort of making you balance between, okay, do I really need 3 pilots on this mission, or can I take one out and have them go look for the black market? And, you know, I kind of like what they're doing there with that, to try to, it gives you somewhere else to spend your people capital, as it were, and try to bring some strategy into it. So that said, and also there's, you know, we have $50, but we're spending $9 a day to maintain our stuff. So that's another thing that comes into play as your time is ticking away. What else we got here? Let's go on the campaign mission. As I already told Lisa, I happen to know the route a guild cargo will take and the location where it will change its escort. It's a good chance to ambush it, don't you think? The plan is for us to enter the sector before the convoy arrives, destroy the escort that should take over, and poses them with the convoy before delivering a surprise attack. Sounds good to me. All right. Sounds relatively simple, right? So we go here and we say this guy, and I'm going to give him the deflector shield. And for this one, this other arrowhead that we now have, I'm going to give him some different markings just to offset him a little bit. That looks good. And I got to give him a weapon, so I'm going to give him the autocannon because 1.1 DPS. And I think we are good there. Also, I got to put a pilot in there, so let's put Lewis in there. Excellent. And we shall launch. That must be the escort patrol. Engage it in combat and destroy before the convoy enters the system. This way, when a convoy arrives, they will think that they are their new escort, or they will think we are their new escort. Won't they know something's not right? I mean, we don't even have a guild markings on our ships. Yes, it is likely, but by the time they will be close enough to have a visual on us, it will be too late for them to turn and run. Yeah, plus guild officers aren't exactly the sharpest tool in the shed, to be honest. And this, we have a 35 turn limit on. Victor conditions, destroy the guild transport, pick up the drop cargo, and flee to battle with it. So transport ships drop their cargo when destroyed. To pick it up, fly near it. If all your starfighters leave the battle without the stolen cargo, you lose. That kind of thing. Okay, here's Lopez. I'm going to give him, put him down there. Where's these guys at? They're going to be right in the center there. Okay. Put him down there, and I'll move this guy up this way a little bit where the asteroid isn't, just to kind of spread them out a little bit. So the first thing we got to do is take out this bandit, because he was the one that was going to escort the convoy. So we will do that as quickly as we can. So this guy here, now you can see my guy has a deflector shield now, and that's what this little thing is here. I can take this and spin it around, depending on which way I need it to deflect shield, which way I need it to deflect shield stuff. And we'll keep on rolling with that. Alright, so this guy is coming down that way a bit. Let's see if I can plan this a bit here. Alright, let's get our deflector shield going that way a little bit. Seems to have drawn his attention. We've got 22 and 28%. Let's go around this way a little bit, and let's move this Oops. Okay, let's see if I can... No, it's not letting me move that again. Well, that's weird. I guess I can only move it once then? Can't move it again after I've moved my thing? That's a little bit strange. Alright, but let's get some stuff lined up here. Okay. Oh, there it is. Now it's moving a little bit. I'm going to have him slow down a bit and come that way. This guy's going to just slow down a bit as well and try to take him head on, I think. Sounds like a plan to me. All right. So Lewis took 1.0 on the hits there. I took 0.5. So the deflector shield worked pretty well. I'd say in that case, let's have him flip around. And I'll have this guy flip around too. There we go. There's another shot for 1.0. Just gonna get his shields down if we can. Though the zooming in all the way in, you can hear the rumble of the ships. That gets a little bit annoying. If there's anything I would say that's annoying, it would be that. Now, yes, the music is repetitive, but it's not to the point of being terrible. This some of that rumble though is a bit much, if I do say so myself. Spin him around. There we go. All right. So I think we're still good here. And I just need to get a good angle is what I need. There we go. There's some angles. There's some angles. And we're doing some damage. Let's slow down a bit and well, let's go this way and then let's have him angle that way because it looks like he's gonna turn a bit. There we go. And let's see what else. What else can I do here? So this is where it gets really hard to see whose movement bubble does what. I'm gonna have him flip around this way. See his autocannon's at 22% hit rate. So I'm gonna have him come this way a bit. I'm gonna try and spin this thing, although it looks like it's... There we go. I gotta get it right in the center to spin it. At least we're getting all the shots on him. His shields are down now. We're getting all the shots on him. He's not getting any more shots on us, really. I mean, there's a 0.5 here, but for both of us, but it looks like we're still relatively in the clear. There we go. Alright, still some good damage. Let's speed up here and stay on his tail. Kabam! Excellent. Boss, the convoy's arrival is imminent. Be sure to switch off your weapon systems so as not to give the ambush away. Alright, so this is where some of that menu stuff comes into play. So what we want to do is we don't want... These guys will automatically target whether I want them to or not. So we want to tell them don't do that because we don't want to give away our bad attitude right away. We want to draw them in. So we're going to say weapons, we're going to say autocannon, and I'm going to say hold fire. Alright, on that guy. And then if I roll over this guy, again you can see where the menus sort of overlap and it's hard to see things. So we want to say laser and we want to say hold fire. Excellent. And then you can see the little icon that says, hold, basically. So you know that they've accepted it. So this guy should be coming in probably from behind us. So I guess we'll flip around here a bit and try to figure out where we're going. Yep, there we are. Guild Patrol 75, this is Guild Constable Gibbs. Respond. Guild Patrol 75, this is Guild Constable Gibbs. I said, respond. Damn piece of junk radio. Guild Patrol 75, if you can hear us, we are closing in to hand over the transport. Stand by. Our plan seems to be working, boss. Stand ready to spring the trap. As I said, guild officers are a bunch of idiots. Basically, we didn't need to talk to them at all. We just had to let them do their thing. Okay, that guy's also got a deflector shield. How about them? How about them apples? So we want to flip around and get close, get real close, if we can. And the one thing I want to do is I don't really want to target these. I don't want to focus too much on the fighters. I want to get this. We only have 35 turns, or I'm sorry, we have 60 turns, but I want to get done and out of here before we get any close to that. So, got my eye on the prize. We want to make sure that we are only targeting the freighter. I'll do that in the next turn here. Okay, very good. So now you can see we've got like targeting lines and stuff. So I want to make sure that the only thing that these guys, what'll happen is the AI on your fighter pilots will actually try to target the most logical or closest ship, but then you can override that and say, no, I really want you to target this thing. So I'm going to come over here to this guy's target select. You can see it's got Bandit 3, Constable Gibbs, or the transport. We want the transport. And we'll say back. And then we want to fire on the transport when we're close. Right now we're at 39%. We really don't want to fire until we're sure we're going to get a shot off. So I want to say under weapons, I'm going to select my laser. And I'm going to say don't fire until you get at least 50% or better chance of actually hitting what you're targeting. And then that way we'll be pretty sure that we're so close to the guy that we're going to land a shot, because these guys are going to become very hostile once we fire a shot. So we want to be as close to possible as we can so we get as much damage in on the target as we possibly can. And then for this guy, I'm going to also do the same thing. I'm going to say target select, and I want transport. So you can see it automatically switched off of this guy. And I'm going to say weapons and autocannon, and we're going to say 50% on that as well. And then we're going to have him turn this way, and there we go. So these guys saw us because we got really close. Guild Patrol 75, power down your weapons. What are you? It's a trap. Open fire. So now they see us, but we haven't opened fire yet because we still have 44 and 24, but that's okay. Well, that is okay. Actually, what I'm going to do is, since they've already fired on me, I'm going to go weapons free and have these guys just fire as soon as they've got a target. So weapons, laser, fire at will, and also your deflector array doesn't appear to be up. So let's see. Let's go under systems, deflectors. Oh, it is on. Okay, I guess it takes a turn for it to charge up. That kind of makes sense. Okay. All right, so be it. So let's come in here and shoot this guy. Shoot this guy well. There we go. And now you can see where the UI is just a freaking mess. It's a good thing I don't have to get into any of these menus, because it's just a mess at this point, right? So it's like, while I appreciate what they did here with the UI, I appreciate the having it be sort of minimal and having it be attached contextually to where it's supposed to be. Keep in mind that this is also a mobile game, so if I were on a tablet and I needed to actually hit this stuff, it would be next to impossible with my fat fingers. So being on the PC actually helps out quite a bit here, but still, even then, this is just a freaking clusterfuck right now as far as where's all the stuff. Like here's a menu that might be to this guy, here's another one that's to that guy. You know, it's just, I appreciate what they've done. I think it might be like, does this actually help at all? This kind of helps a little bit when you just select them from here. So I guess I guess that's what they're expecting you to do. Like, just select it from the left-hand side there so you can make sure you get the right one. But even then, like when I've targeted this guy, I still have the ship menu for the enemy here too. So it's like, it's almost there. They almost got something good here. It's just, I'm going to have to work on it a bit, I think. In the meantime, I'm going to have to work on my angles. My angles and my dangles are not very good right now. So let's see what we can do with this. These guys have got laser beams on me. Let's re-angle my deflector array a little bit. And we'll go here. Now see, my deflector array for some reason is a lot like lighter now than it was in the last mission, so I was having trouble seeing that that's actually the thing. And where's the other movement bubble at? Oh, here it is. Alright, so come over there. Let's zoom out a little bit again because that noise is really driving me nuts. Okay, there we go. And we got some good angles here. What I want to do is protect my rear flank if we can. Where's my deflector shield? Is it just not powered up anymore? Because I do not see it. Do not see it at all. It might, maybe it was a lighter color because it was out of power. Maybe. I do not know. I do not see it. That is for darn certain. That is for darn certain. I don't see it, so I don't know where. Like, I would like to angle it to the back here so I don't get shot in the back, but it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to do that right now. Now maybe it's just charging, maybe? Let's see. Systems, deflectors are on. Yeah, maybe they're just damaged or something. I'm not sure at the moment. I certainly don't see them. Okay. Or maybe maybe they only take 2 points of damage. Oh, you know what? I wonder if that's this other bar here. This other bar is charging up. Maybe that's what it is. Like this bar here might be your weapons, and this bar might be your specials or something, or your energy output. I don't know. That might be it. I'm not sure how that works, honestly. They mentioned bars, but they didn't really mention which ones were which that I could tell. I mean, they kind of did, but it wasn't like very obvious. Okay, there we go. Now what the hell is that? Indeed, it does not look like a standard guild container. Whatever, let's grab that thing and get the hell out of here. Alright, so we grabbed that. And now it's a matter of us to just get away, get out of Dodge, if we can. We got a guy who's got an angle on us. It seems prudent for us to get down to this edge down here. Along the way, we can take this guy on. I would like to target select. Okay, so they revert back to fire at will once they've destroyed the target that they were looking at. That's good. It's good to know because we are going to definitely want to fire at will here. Which one's will? We'll find out. Yes, where is my? I do not see it, so I have no idea where the deflector thing went. We do have a cargo pod there, which I assume we're going to pick up. Right? Yeah, we did. Okay, we picked up the cargo pod. Yeah, here it is. Oh, it's so hard to see it. But we're going to set this to the rear here. Very, very hard to see it. And that way we can just beat a hasty retreat. There's no real reason for us to stand here and fight these guys. So we're going to now dodge. All right, this guy's got the one that picked up. Lewis is the one that picked up the cargo. I wonder if I can. No, I'm going to hit that asteroid if I do that. Let's have him come around this way. I would like to try and angle this deflector so that it would protect Lewis here, but I guess I didn't really angle this correctly. And he's taking shield damage. Let's Let's see if we can still do this. Can I... Let me have him... Let's have these guys cross paths like this. And then I'll see if I can get in behind him and use my deflector to try to protect him from fire. I don't know if it's gonna work that way or not, but I'm gonna try it. I suspect it doesn't work that way, but you never know. We're going to both get out of here anyway this turn, so we should be good. Alright, there we go. It's plus 10 reputation, and we got a bunch of XP. And we got a cargo container and something else, so we'll have to see what this is in our inventory. Alright, over to the inventory we go, and we've got a laser, plain old laser, and a power core. You gain +1 energy and plus 0.25 energy recovery. So that would be good for my guy with the deflector, probably, I imagine. And this one is target lock, an advanced targeting computer, because you can never be too accurate while shooting someone. Excellent. So I'll give that to the guy that has the higher DPS. So I can go into, not the barracks, but into the hangar here. This guy has the higher DPS gun, right? Yes, he has the higher DPS gun. So I'm going to give him the target lock. All right, I'm going to go over here. And since he's got the deflector, I'm going to give him the power core. Excellent. I don't know what the number next to it means. Maybe that means what number to use on the keyboard, maybe? I don't know. I don't know what that actually means. They didn't really explain that, so I guess we're never going to know, because it's not that probably not that important if it wasn't explained in the tutorial, I imagine. All right. We've got another distress call that we can go on now. At some point, you would think I should probably increase the speed here and go to the next day, but honestly, I haven't had a need to do it yet. I don't know if they're going to say something about it or not here, but I'd like to not waste any money, I guess. We received a distress call. A starship is under attack from a guild force in a nearby system, and in my opinion, we should help its pilots. You mean for free? Since when do we work for free? Strategically speaking, we should not allow the guild to strike so close to our base without retaliating. It could set a dangerous precedent. And if this guy's having trouble with the guild, he might be interested in joining us. Oh well, the more the merrier, I guess. Alright, let's go grab this guy, shall we? And we are ready here, so let's launch. As fireworks go on outside. My apologies. It's going to be like that all this week. For all the recordings I do this week, it's the 4th of July week, and they are fireworks happy out here. There it is. The distress call came from that lone starfighter. Scan show it's having some sort of malfunction. Nice to see you guys. My weapons have gone haywire, and I'm having some trouble with that guild patrol. Mind giving me a little help? Well, since we're here, we might as well crack some guild pilots' heads, I guess. Get 50 turns for this, it looks like. Help the unknown starfighter fight the guild patrol. Destroy all guild starships. The unknown starfighter must survive. Alright. If your starfighters leave the battle, you lose. Again, some spell checking and some English might be checking. Some grammar checking might be good here. I believe they mean lose, not loose. But let's see now. This, if I remember correctly from doing this off camera, this lady's got some nice ECM package, so anti-missile package. One of these guys that's going to be coming in has missiles, and the way the game describes it, basically missiles are always going to hit unless you have a electronics countermeasuring, or I'm sorry, a point defense cannon or gun, a point defense system, we'll say, to help eliminate the missiles. So whereas lasers and everything else are a dice roll, missiles are always 100% hit, except if it's against a ship that has a point defense cannon. Then it's whatever the missile. It's a comparison between the missile's chance to hit and the point defense gun, and then it becomes a dice roll. Now the point defense stuff has an area of effect around it, so if you keep your friendly ships near a ship that has a point defense system, then they all gain the benefit of that one ship's point defense system. So it's, again, a little bit of tactics in here. It's pretty nice in that regard. So let's actually deploy my guys a little bit closer, just so that we can get to her right away here. Alright, so I can control her. We do want to eliminate these guys, so I don't want her to back to be turned to them, so I'm going to have her turn this way, but slowly. And if I look at her menu, you'll see, if I go under Systems, PDS, Point Defense System, which is on. So it automatically tries to shoot missiles down every round. It has 170% chance of hitting minus the missiles something, and I can't read the rest of that. So that gives you an idea of what that is. It's also got a targeting array, which when active grants something. When active grants plus 15 to hit to all allied ships within your sensor range. Okay, might as well turn that on now, because we're going to be within sensor range pretty soon. So there we go. And let's get my guys over here as fast as we can. As fast as we can. Yeah, I guess, see, this is a lot brighter now, so I guess that's because I have all this energy, I guess, now. So that explains that. Still, that's probably should always be this bright, even if it's been hit a couple times, I think. I mean, I get that it's a good indication of how much damage you can take from it, but still, it's hard to see it when you need it. Be careful, boss. Those guild starfighters appear to be equipped with missiles. This is not good. Stay close, guys. I have a point defense system on this baby that should take care of that. Yeah, I didn't know if it would talk about that or not, so that's why I gave the whole spiel there. You can see HE missile guided, 27% also on their laser that they can get me with. And the nice thing about this game is that it does track how many missiles these guys can have. So at some point, this guy will fire off all the missiles he has. I don't know how many missiles he actually has on him, but he will run out of missiles. So we only have to worry about it initially, and then we don't have to worry about it again. So I can later on, when it says, and it'll tell me that he has no missiles left, and then I can turn off the point defense system and use that power for other things. So that's just the way that goes. Let's go here. Alright, this other guy has a missile as well, so we gotta be careful how we do this. Alright, I want you to slow your roll, please. Very much so. And I need to get in here and help out as much as we can. Let's get over here as fast as possible. Excellent. So I think the missile was destroyed. I don't know if the missile was destroyed or not. We did take 1 damage though, so the missile might have hit us. The problem here is he's still got another missile, and these guys have no defense against them, so we have to be careful how we do this now. So let's see if I can I just need to stay in close to her if I can. I might be close enough now that I can deal with this, and I want her to stay relatively close to us if at all possible. And this guy's coming in from up front. There we go. All right, so now we're showing our backs, which is not going to be very ideal, but it is the best I can do right now. I need her to flip around. These things do not turn on a dime. Let me tell you. Okay, I don't think anybody hit anywhere. There. This guy has taken some damage, but not as much as I would like. Let me flip this around this way a little bit while we're spinning here. Whilst we are spinning, and get her to speed up and fall in behind us. There we go. Alright, yeah, Lopez is taking quite a bit of damage to his shield here, so he's taking it on the chin a bit. This guy has no more missiles. He's out of ammo. And this guy is out of ammo as far as missiles go as well. So I can go over here, I believe, and turn off the PDS system, which it is off now. Okay, that's good. To recharge. And then I guess the targeting, there's not enough energy to recharge that yet, so we're gonna have to wait on that one. Let's see. Let's get her right here, turning around, I think. And my guys need to start their turns now as well. Trying to get in behind as much as we can. Right, well, that missile hit because it was still in progress and the point defense system was turned off. But whatever, we did the best we could. Probably shouldn't have had it on right away anyway until they actually start firing. It is turn-based after all, so I can plan for things, unlike an action-oriented one. Now they're just getting pot shots in on her. She's hurting quite a bit too, which is not ideal here. I think I might want her to retreat a bit. And let's see if we can stay on the tail of these bastards. Draw their fire. I don't really need her as much now anyway. Yeah, the targeting array. Yeah, it's nice to have the targeting array, but honestly, right now, she needs to heal up a bit. So I'm going to have her retreat here behind these asteroids. As much as I can anyway. Yeah, just retreat behind these things, please. And then get my guys to spin around and stay behind them. There we go. And yeah, we're barely doing any damage here. Just kind of sucks. Kind of sucks, I say. Let's get her over there. Hopefully they won't be able to target her through the asteroids. I don't know if that's actually a thing or not. I assume it's a thing. Let's get over here and very good. Very good. So I don't think we did any damage. I think he did damage to me, it looks like. Just need to get in on their tails and try to keep this thing interesting. Oh, I forgot to move her, so she's out in the open here. Let's see if I can get her point defense system on, or not point defense. Let's turn that off. That's off. Okay, good. Targeting array. Turn that on. There we go. Let's keep you moving a bit. Alright, this guy is having problems staying on their tails here. Quite a lot of problems, in fact. That guy is way out of position there. I think I did some damage to him, though. That's good. Let's swing around this way a bit, shall we? Because this guy's going to come in from behind, I think. Or at least he's going to try to. He's just going to try to get behind us. You go up this way and use that asteroid for a little bit of cover, so we cover our back a little bit. Come that way, and you're going to turn around this way a bit and try to cut off this guy. He still managed to get a good angle on me, but we're okay for the moment. Still way behind this other guy, so it's hard to keep him in view. Let's come over here and cut this guy off as much as we can. He's still targeting me, but that's alright because I'm drawing him out here a bit. Let's go like that. And I can just keep my defense shield looking that way. Have her spin around. Okay, her shield has come up a little bit, so that's good. We got 1 point on the shield back. That's always good to see. That way. So far, so good. Let's make sure that I keep this guy in range. This one up here, we've got some good angles on, so hopefully we'll be able to take him out without worrying too much about what angle we're at. There we go. Yeah, we're landing some good shots on him. Excellent. Down here, though, we're not getting quite the shots that I would hope for. And her energy's down low, so we're not going to have the benefit of that point defense, or not point defense, the targeting array for much longer. This guy is doing a little spin job on me. That ain't cool. That ain't cool at all. Let's keep him on his tail there. Keep turning this way. It'd be great if he just smashed into that rock, though. That would be fantastic. Right, this one bandit is almost dead, so we just need to keep him occupied. In the meantime, I need you to slow down there, and I need you not to smash into that rock. That would be great. That would be really great. Okay, oh yeah, he's fixated on me. This guy, this one bandit's almost dead. So one more good shot on him ought to do it. And this guy here is going to try to go for a little... Try to get behind my guy. There we go. Very good. Now let's swing around as hard as we can. And now the tide is in our favors. In our favor. Kabam! Sweet! Alright. Well, that was fun. We should do it again sometime. To be honest, we could use someone like you. What do you say? Lead the way, guys. Here we go. We got some stuff, some more equipment, some XP for both of us, and 32 to 0. 32 to 0 we got on that one. Like I said, everything suggests that there's like some kind of multiplayer here, but I have not seen it yet. At least not on the PC anyway. Maybe it's just, like I said, maybe it's just on the mobile. So we go in the hangar, and you can see the Templar here is damaged because it took some hull damage. So we probably should let it sit for a little bit and heal up. But I would like to, let's see what we got here. Long range sensors, big antenna. What is this one? Long range sensors, 2 points. Oh, I guess that's how many points. So 2 points. So it has to go into a 2-point slot. Is that what that means? Or at least a two or more points in order to go in that. I guess that's what that is. Okay. You don't really have, so point defense system should be, yes, you should have that. That's a 3-banger, right? No, that's a 2-banger. So let's test this then. If I put that in the 2 slot. Yeah, okay. And then the 3 slot is anything. Okay, okay. So that's how that works. Flares. I might as well give her flares too, huh? That seems like the shield. Use your shield to protect your fellow pilots. Expands the radius of your shields and allows you to place them anywhere on the battlefield. Cannot be used if your shields are depleted. Ooh, okay, we're gonna put that on you. Targeting array is a 4.1, but that apparently can go into 3 slots, right? Which is weird, unless the numbers are just for how much energy you're allowed to put in there. Like, it only takes 1 energy though. I don't know. I thought I knew what I was doing, but I still don't. Apparently, let's get her the same markings that we have, if we can. I know all the markings are different based on the ship, huh? All right, let's give her some. Let's give her some racing stripes. Let's give it a good color for those. Green ought to do it, since that matches our other colors. Well, like I said, this guy is damaged. So what I'm going to do is, I believe things will repair on their own. Because it says like it's damaged for 1 day and 18 hours. So I just have to wait 1 day, 18 hours for this to be undamaged. So given that, that'll give me an extra pilot, which I can then go over to mission control and assign that pilot, this K Brown, to the black market, right? Which takes a day or 23 hours now, because we're still going forward but slowly. And then that means that her ship will be almost done by the time we're done there. It just means she won't be able to be in our next mission, but that's fine. Unless I wait to take the mission. I can wait and then wait till everybody's available, depending on what the mission is. In the meantime, we've got some skills to pay the bills. So let's go give him 1 to piloting. You see, it opens up an Immelman and slip and a few other things. Let's put 1 point into Immelman. And 1 into, let's say, Scout maybe. Let's do that. All right, for you. And then for you, we will say Quick Learner, because I'm going to give you 2 points in Quick Learner because you're a very slow learner right now. What does Accountant do? Daily expense of your gang is reduced by 10%. Oh, let's do that too. Why not? Let's just give him the non-piloting things for now. All right. There's our skill tree. So $20 a day we're spending. We have 30 reputation. And I still don't know what the reputation is used for yet. But because I haven't gotten that far yet. And let's just, for the sake of argument, let's just spin the wheels of time here so you can see what it looks like when you do said things. And oh, so I have 9 days to complete this next campaign mission. So you do have a time limit. It's just, that's the way you got to do it. All right, so black market's done, and I believe if I go to hangar here, oh, it's got 12 more hours until that's not damaged. Okay, let's go forward 12 hours, shall we? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And hopefully, there we go. There you go. So now this is available. So I'm going to give it the pilots we have here. And you can see, so now if I go to inventory, oh, really? I did contact the black market. Oh, I guess I have to do it right away, I guess. I guess they don't stick around for too long. I thought they stuck around for an entire day, but I guess they don't. Well, that's a thing. Let's try that again. Let's go and hangar. Let's go here. Let's unassign you. And let's go over here. Assign you there. Let's do this again. So just for my own edification. All right, so now I should be able to go under inventory Black market. No, it's not letting me. It's not letting me do that. It let me do that before, but not now for some reason. Oh, it's only a 30% chance to gain access to the black market. Oh, I thought it was a 100% chance, but it's not, apparently. Apparently, it's only a 30% chance. So that explains it, I guess, why I'm not seeing that I have access to it. Interesting. Very interesting. All right, well, so we'll earn some things here then. That's what's going on with that. I think this has been a pretty good look at what this game has to offer. I was kind of taken aback a little bit that I looked at, went on the Steam store for the game, and there were already quite a few negative comments about it. And very strange, because the game is not terrible. It does one thing. It's definitely a game that only does one thing, and it sticks to just that one thing, which is this turn-based combat stuff, which, it's not necessarily a bad thing that you do one thing and do one thing only. I think it does it fairly well. I think the UI could use another pass over to make it, a little bit easier to see what you're doing and see what's attached to what, and not get mired in a gobbledygook of just menus and stuff all overlapping one another. But other than that, I can't really find any fault in it. I think it's a pretty decent game for what it is. It may not be the type of game that you would then go back around and pay the $5 for DLC for, which unlocks more ships. And as far as I know, it's just ships and some upgrades, and that's it. It doesn't give you more quests or campaign missions or anything like that, as far as I can tell. Which is kind of weird, because I would expect, for $5, I would expect a little bit more of that. But, because honestly, if I were to look at what's here is very good. I would say that it's kind of a $2 to $4 good, maybe $5 possibly. But it's, like I said, it's very basic. There's not it just sticks to this one little category. It does it well, though. I don't know exactly how well it does it on a tablet. It seems to me like it would be a bit rough around the edges when you're trying to use your finger to click on certain things, whereas a mouse is far more accurate to use in that regard. So, we'll have to see what you would want with that. I would definitely suggest the PC version of this would be a little bit better to take a look at. But yeah, this has been Aetherspace. It is by Munchkin's Lair, and it is free. The base game is free on Steam. There is a $5 DLC, as I've said, that will give you more ships to unlock and more inventory to unlock. There's this is not like your typical free-to-play game where there's like a cash shop or something like that. There's nothing that I've seen in a game that suggests that there's any kind of microtransactions or anything like that. It's just a one and done. If you want to support them, if you like what you see here and you want to send some money their way, then sure, why not? It does harken back a little bit to the days of shareware, where you would get the first episode of something as a teaser, and then it was up to you to say, all right, I want more of this. Here's my money. Take my money. So that's what I got so far. I think it's pretty competent for what it is. Obviously it's not going to win any awards or anything like that, but as long as you know what you're getting into when you get into it, it's competent for what it does. So that's it for me, my friends. As always, links to more information will be down in the description, so you can do your own due diligence and find out where this is at and all that stuff. And maybe try it out for yourself. It's free. It's no obligation there on that regard. Thanks so much for watching, everybody, and I will see you next time.